All right, we're up. Sweet. Okay, so how's it going, lads? Let's quickly start. I'm gonna try to make sure I make this as compact as possible, where it's like a normal race review, for people that watch it later, but also keep you guys going, as the normal live review. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. So let's talk about Michigan. We have the race results already up on the screen, as you can see, and it was a how do I explain Michigan nowadays? It's a track I don't like. It's not to the fault of anyone. It's just the paved job was interesting. It doesn't wear. They tried their best with the PJ1. However, in this race, I thought we saw a good amount of racing, a good amount of passing. I mean, Truex won stage one from the back of the pack. So he was able to make his way to the front. I missed the first 30 laps of the race because I wasn't home. But it was as solid as it can be, I think, in my opinion. It's really difficult for NASCAR to deal with this whole aero issue at a track like this. I mean, you guys saw there were moments in the race where Logano was, in the front towards the end. He was full throttle. They're going 192 entering the corners. They're like 187 in the middle. It's how do you combat dirty air when you're going 187 in the middle of the corner? I mean, that's not, you can't run behind anyone. So there were, I think, a lot of moments in the race where you saw a lot of people just get behind someone even 2 car lengths, and there was one moment Kyle Busch slid up in front of Suarez, and Suarez almost put Menard in the wall, and Suarez wasn't even that close to the rear end of Kyle Busch. He was like 2 car lengths away, and it killed everyone. I mean, the air just destroyed everyone. So that was a little bit disappointing, but you knew that was happening in the race. It's kind of gotten to the point where dirty air is just acceptable, and this is the package we have. You just accept it. There's no point in complaining about it. You just accept it. So the new kind of racing now is just go where the other driver isn't, and that's not the best because you want to see drivers be as close to each other as possible. But that was mostly on the racing side of things, of how I thought like certain, I don't know how to explain it, but just certain racing incidents went. It wasn't really the greatest of racing, but the race was still kind of entertaining, and that towards the end you had fuel mileage, which was really nice. And you had a lot of people run out of fuel, which is why you see in the race results, there is some discrepancies going on. You can see Ryan Preece is in the 47 in 7th place. He got up there because I think he was running 12th before only a few laps to go, and then he came up to 7th. Now, I don't know exactly who ran out of fuel because NBC was kind of focused on Keelan and Kevin Harvick, who ended up winning the race. So we saw Kurt Busch run out of fuel. He ended up 23rd. We saw Ryan Blaney run out of fuel, had to come down pit road. He ended up 24th. Those are the 2 guys I know that ran out of fuel. Brad Keselowski had to pit. Joey Logano had to pit. All the Penske guys had to pit. I'm guessing Eric Jones might have ran out of fuel as well. And depending on who else is down here that could have ran out of fuel, that was happening in the last 2 laps of the race, which allowed Preece, Byron, Elliott, Bowman, Dillon, and Ryan Newman to get some really good finishes. We will talk about Ryan Newman in a second once I pull up the point standings, which, thank you to Bryce, is right here. And this is a big deal for Newman because now he is in the 15th place. As you guys know, for me, I would like it to just be 10 drivers in the chase. But if we're going to talk about point standings, then this is what we got to talk about. Jimmie Johnson had issues early on in the race. He hit the wall. Let me see if I can pull that up for you lads. Let me see if I can do that. Let's hide that for a second. Let's get Jimmie. I mean, there's not really much to show, but you guys will see what happened here in a second. Jimmie Johnson just hit the wall. You got some dirty air, hit the wall. Then suffered a flat tire from that, and then a lot of things went wrong. I wasn't watching this part of the race, so I don't know exactly how many times he had to come down pit road or what was going on. But it was not the best for Jimmie. So here we go. Here's Jimmie Johnson. Yeah, he was just way up the track. I don't know what was going on here. Hits the wall, gets a tire rub from that, has to go down pit road, Not the best of scenarios for Jimmie. So he ended up finishing, 34th? I think it was. If we go back to the race results, and I think it is 34th. Jimmie finished in 34th. Bowyer finished in 37th. So we go back to the point standings, and you'll see that for Jimmie, it's not all terrible, and for Daniel Suarez, who finished let's see where he finished. He finished 5th. For Daniel Suarez, really good. Really, really solid. Because he gained a ton of points there. I don't think any of these guys are going to win, so it's really just a points race between them. Bowyer hit the wall. He slammed the wall on stage 3. There was an incident 4 wide, I think it was. Menard got really tight, probably didn't know he was 4 wide, and got into Bowyer, so we'll try to pull that up. And that sucked for Clint, but it was good for Johnson, and because he was struggling the entire day, and good for Daniel Suarez in this odd battle of who's going to get into the playoffs for 16th place or whatever it is. So really interesting there. That was the big points battle in the race. The battle for the win was between many drivers. That's why I think the race was actually pretty solid, because it wasn't like just one person that was really involved in it a lot. So let's get the footage of Bowyer. Here it is. You'll see there was a little bit of contact back there between Menard and Bowyer, and that sent Bowyer into the wall. That ended his day, which sucks for Clint. But that's kind of how it goes, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Clint. And let's see what else we can pull up. There was an amazing save that I want to pull up, because this is actually underrated with how freaking good it was. It was actually stupid. It'll pull up here in about 6 seconds. It's with Brad Keselowski, who was running really well, but in the late end of stage 2, he suffered a flat tire, and the tire is completely flat here, and yet he's able to save it. This makes no sense to me. Like this doesn't make sense. He should spin out, right? You should spin out. That is unbelievable. He eventually does, end up going sideways. That's unbelievable. That's not, look, it's completely, the tire is gone. It's completely gone. It was gone for a while, and he was able to not hit the wall or not spin out completely while he's going that fast. He wasn't going slow. He was going like 150 at that moment when he was sideways. That's ridiculous. I don't understand how he did it. Absolutely amazing job by Brad Keselowski there. So really good job by him. And then the battle for the win was really just mostly between many guys. Beginning of the race, it was like Truex and Hamlin that were doing a really good job battling out for stage 1. And then Hamlin ended up finishing second. You would think Truex and Hamlin would continue doing it, but then the Penske guys came up. Kevin Harvick had a flat tire in stage 1, so he went a lap down, had to fight his way back. But like I said before, you were able to pass if you had a fast enough car. There was a pretty big discrepancy in speed from the really fast guys to the guys who weren't that fast. And there was... You don't want to be on the bottom lane, obviously, Michigan, but you were able to pass and able to get your way around things. So Harvick ends up towards the end really being able to just drive his way through the field, while the Penske guys had trouble with the fuel. And he ended up passing them anyways, but, Penske guys didn't have enough fuel in the tank anyways. And that was that for the end of the race. So then let's go back to the notifications, again, to the big point standings here, with Harvick winning as 14 playoff points. There's something that isn't shown, which is regular season points, which is a big deal for Kyle Busch and Joey Logano. The fact that Joey Logano pitted and ended up finishing in the back gives Kyle Busch the regular season points lead, and if you win the regular season point standings, I think it's 15 playoff points you get. So if you add 15 on top of the Kyle Busch's 29, he's almost a lock for Homestead. Not quite, but almost a lock for Homestead if he adds that 15 points in the playoffs. He would just have to have like 2 bad races to really kick him out there. But that's really important there. Again, Newman plus 16, Bowyer plus 6, Suarez minus 6, Johnson minus 12. with Bristol, Darlington, and I think Indianapolis coming up in the race. Is that it? 24, 25, 26. Bristol, Darlington, Indianapolis, I think. That would round it out for the results. So if you guys have anything on Twitter that you want to send me, go ahead. And I'll also read some of the comments here on YouTube. Ford won again. Yeah, Ford wins all the time. Ford is I don't know what it's been decades that they've been good at Michigan, so not surprising. Truck package similar. Truck race was the best race of the weekend. I wouldn't say the cars are easy to drive. That's the only thing. In dirty air, the cars aren't easy to drive. They're not. They're very unpredictable. You're basically going off air everywhere. So I don't think it's, I wouldn't say it's easy to drive. Is Jimmy going to miss the playoffs? I want to say no. I mean, his competition isn't hard. His competition is Daniel Suarez. No offense to Suarez, but he could be very inconsistent at times. Ryan Newman, who's in a Roush Fenway car and will run 15th usually. And Clint Boyer is his toughest competition. But this isn't Jimmie Johnson of old. This is odd Jimmy. I don't know how to explain it. This is Jimmie Johnson that's not good. So he's a fraud. He's a fraud of a Jimmie Johnson. It's not the real Jimmie Johnson. Or the real Jimmie Johnson, please stand up. So I don't know if I say no. I don't think he's gonna make it. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I don't believe in him. I don't think it's Suarez or Boyer that's gonna outrun him. I don't believe in that 48 team. I want to give them maybe Bristol. They can do something, but I haven't seen it in a few years now, so I don't think it's gonna happen. Thoughts on Byron's day? Byron ran up towards the front. He never got to the lead. He was in the top 5 sometimes, and he did finish in 8th. Shout out to Ryan Priest because he had a good run, and also shout out to Chris Buescher in 14th, who also had a really good run. Those two guys had good runs, and they ran well and finished well as well. Willie B was interesting. Yeah, send me the updated standings every week. That'd be great. I'm not going to do this every week. Like, I'll probably do this again for Bristol, the live stream review, and then after that, we'll go back to the normal race reviews. I'm going to keep switching it up. It's just when I feel like doing live stream, I'll do live stream. When I feel like doing the normal race review, I'll do the normal race review. Usually for the races I'm not too excited about, I'll do the live stream because it's more interesting talking with you guys. But for something that's like a really, really good, like a race that's really, really good, I'll probably do like the normal race review where it's like compacted a little bit. Let's see. I'm trying to. This is post prime Jimmy, yeah. I haven't heard anything about Ross Chastain coming to Cup. Is it if he's in a decent ride? I'll say come, yeah. But like he needs to be in a decent ride. Do I like NASCAR or soccer more? At the current moment, I would say soccer. Yeah. This is nothing against NASCAR. It's just I don't like the direction they're going in. That's really it. Touch on Austin Dillon bouncing back from getting spun. Where did Austin Dillon finish? I didn't even see him. He finished 13th. Yeah. There was an incident with Austin Dillon, Almirola, Daniel Hemrick. And the funny thing was, Almirola said, like, I thought I gave him enough room. He didn't give him any room. That was the funny part. And Almirola ended up ending his day in 33rd. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick while I continue to read your guys' comments. Car. Is Larson starting turn? Larson needs he needs a better package. Better car, better package. Larson doesn't like this nonsense of full throttle stuff. I don't count Yeah, Ross Chastain races in Cup in the 15 car, but it's a backmarker team. He can't do anything in it. That's why I'm like, oh, if Ross Chastain moves to Cup. When I say if Ross Chastain moves to Cup, I'm talking about like a decent ride. I'm not talking about an unsponsored 15 team that he literally cannot do a single thing in. That there's nothing fun about that. So let's pull up the Almirola wreck. Very interesting wreck. So Almirola is right here in the bottom lane. He's gonna try to slide up, and yeah, he just. The thing is, there is a little bit. You'll notice at the point they made contact, which is right there. That's where Almirola thinks he gave enough room because he is looking at Austin Dillon. He's looking at side drafting Austin Dillon, and he thinks Hemrick is further up from that. But if Hemrick is further up from that, Hemrick's in the wall because of dirty air. So, I guess it's a race. It's not as bad as it looked in real time. It looked like Almirola just went straight up, but when you slow it down, you actually look at the point of contact, which is right there. Almirola is leaving technically a full car length there, but he didn't realize Hemrick was lower, and he was probably just looking at Austin Dillon while his spotter was still staying outside. So kind of a racing deal. Once he gets hooked, he can't do anything about it. Austin Dillon just gets taken up in it. But Dillon does only just spin to the inside, and luckily the splitter doesn't get damaged there, so he's okay. That's good for AD. So he did well. He did pretty well. Did everyone run out of fuel? No, not everyone. Again, I'm still trying to figure out who ran out of fuel, but from me, it looks like it was Blaney, Bush, Keselowski, maybe Jones, maybe Logano pitted, obviously. I don't know if Menard ran out or anything. I'm not sure. So I think those are the guys from me that ran out because Ryan Preece was running 12th and then ended up 7th on the last lap. So there's 5 guys right there that must have ran out somehow or pitted in one way or another. Almirola, let me check Twitter real quick. Nothing on Twitter. I thought William Byron had a decent race. It was okay. How in the world did Priest finish 7th? Yeah, I don't know. People ran out of fuel. I don't know what happened. What do you think about Suarez this season as well as his future? Daniel Suarez he has talent, but he's in a great ride. That's the unfortunate thing about NASCAR nowadays is like when you get in the great ride, you gotta do well in it. Luckily for Suarez, he has a lot of backing, but he needs to do a little bit better. I know he finished 5th today. I get it. He has like a solid run in him, but I don't see Suarez competing for wins. That's the biggest thing. Like I've seen where I put Suarez and like Eric Jones in like the same kind of bracket, but Eric Jones is better because I've seen Eric Jones compete for wins. I've seen Eric Jones like he's like literally knocking on the door for a win. You just can't get there because maybe it's Kyle Busch that's in front of him or Truex or something. But I've seen Eric Jones do pretty well, so that's why I think it's like I go with Eric Jones a little bit on that. Jimmie Johnson will win again. I hope he wins again. I mean, he should win. He has 84 wins? Custer to the 14. I don't know because I don't know the contracts. I mean, if it was as easy as just place a driver in a car, put the best driver in, yeah, I'd put Custer in the 14. I mean, the dude is... I don't watch a lot of Xfinity, but I've been paying attention to see that Custer has been freaking dominating. So, yeah, of course, I put Custer in, but I don't know how the situation is. I don't know if... I'm pretty sure Custer can get in, right? I don't know if it's like some sort of like I don't know the situation around SHR, but I'm pretty sure Custer can get in. It would probably be Boyer that the one that goes. No, Jimmy's. Why do you guys always say Jimmy? By the way, it's Jimmy's name is Jimmie. I've seen Jimmy with the Y so many times over the years. It's Ji or Mmie. Yeah, Jimmy. Um, Jimmy, he doesn't have to win. He just has to finish top 10 for 2 races and get some stage points, and he's in. It's not difficult. It really isn't. For Jimmie Johnson, it's just that team is so bad. It's just like it. It doesn't. It it's sad to watch. Like it just doesn't make sense to me, at all. How he is that poor. I keep thinking he should leave, to be honest. Cause like I can't tell anymore if it's Hendrick or if it's him. Like I literally can't tell. It's gotten to the point where it's like a 7-time champion should not be running that bad. Like I don't care how he got his championships with the chase involved and stuff or the package he's running. It makes no sense as to why Jimmy is running that poorly. It doesn't. There's no logical explanation to it. Because William Byron is 12th in points. Alex Bowman has 1, and he's also runs better than him weekly. Chase Elliott, best driver at Hendrick, so he has 2 wins. It's just, I don't get it. Yeah, I think Ryan Preece can win Rookie of the Year. Who is he going up against? I don't really pay attention to those kind of Rookie of the Year stuff. Who else is a rookie in NASCAR? Who's a rookie? What's the Rookie of the Year battle? I don't know it. Jeffrey getting kicked out from JGR. From what I know, he didn't get kicked out. From what I understand, is there was some misunderstanding because Earnhardt himself canceled the contract. So I don't know what happened. Where did Matt finish? I actually don't even know. It was somewhere in the top 20, right? No, it was 20th. Yeah, meh. Yeah, D Burrito's having a great season. He definitely is. A few more, and then I'll end it because I don't want this to carry on for too long, like last week. So when people rewatch it, it's like actually a race review. Hemrick and Priest is Rookie of the Year. That's actually pretty good. Can he beat Hemrick? I don't think so. No, I'd go with Hemrick on that one. What do I think of unrestricted 550 horsepower? What is it? Well, I don't even know what that means. What's unrestricted 550 horsepower? Like, build an engine that's 550 horsepower without the tapered spacer and stuff? Because I don't know what you're meaning by that. You can, yeah. Yes, you can race Cup at Mid-Ohio in Heat 4. I saw that. I was a little bit busy this weekend, so I couldn't really do anything. Let me look at one thing. I'm trying to look at one thing. Okay. Jeffrey Earnhardt's future. His last name is an Earnhardt, so he has a future if he wants it. But I don't know if he's good enough, to be honest. Great guy. I just don't know if he's good enough. He was in a JGR car. I mean, he ran all right. It's just that when you're in a JGR car, you gotta win. For example, I don't watch Truck Series a lot, but like the 2 guys in the Truck Series that are in those KBM cars, that I think one of them might not even make the playoffs. In the Truck Series in the KBM car, you shouldn't even be in the sport. That's ludicrous. Like it's not even funny. Like Kyle Busch can literally walk into that car, win every single race. We get it. Kyle Busch is great, but if you can't get in the playoffs in a KBM car, get out. Like just get out, please. It's an embarrassment. Uh, Justin Haley is really, yeah. I don't know what an engine without a tapered spacer 550 would look like. We have to test it. I have no idea. I am terrible at NASCAR heat. I do it on purpose. It's funny. That's why. If Byron doesn't step it up, he will lose his ride. No. No. That's not happening. He has stepped it up. He qualifies great every week. He runs really well. He just has to add the little finishing spot of running a full race. Like, not losing your track position, or I don't know what it is. Like, with William Byron, he can run really well, but like he won't finish where he deserves to finish. That's just a age thing, experience thing. He'll get it. It's not bad at all. Neither KBM driver made it. Are you serious? Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh please. How is that even possible? That actually makes me sad. Yeah, Harrison Burton is one of the guys in KBM. He shouldn't leave the sport, though. I just said if you can't make the playoffs. Harrison Burton's not bad. Huh. Then why can Kyle Busch enter one of his cars and win every week, but then he puts Burton and Gilliland in there and they can't do anything? What the hell's going on? It makes no sense. But if you put Harrison Burton, like, at some short track somewhere, or like in a different series, or just like one of those one-off races, he'll do great. Which I don't understand what the hell is going on there. A few more. This race was great. I give it a 7 out of 10. If you give a race a 7 out of 10, is that great? I always go by like 7 is good, 8 is great, 9 is amazing, 10 is spectacular, fantastic, blah, blah, blah. But if you give it a 7, it's a good race, right? Like, 6 is decent, in my way. 5 is average, 6 is decent, 7 is good, 8 is great. 8 is great, always rhymes. 8 is great. 9 is amazing. 10 is best ever, 10 out of 10, blah, blah, blah. Hailie Deegan will be in a KBM truck next year. I don't know. She should spend one more year in K&N. Some people are saying it's boring. The only reason why I'm not being hard on this race is because how do you make this race better? Like, if you're a fan, like, if you literally look at this, how do you make it better? Like, you can't. With what you're given, with this package that you're given, with the playoff standings that we have, like the format, how do you make this race better? There are just some races in the schedule. Like when we go to the Brickyard in a few weeks, nobody is expecting that race to be good. Now, will you complain about it because it's not good? No, because what can you do? Like honestly, what can you do if the Brickyard sucks? We all expect it to suck. There's nothing you can do. It's just a combination of the track and the package and everything. There is nothing you can change. So for this race, the fact that it had a fuel mileage ending, which was nice, and some different runners up front, I think it's like the best you can get at the certain track. Michigan has never been the greatest of races for a long time because ever since they did the repavement job, the track just hasn't worn down. They tried their best with the PJ1, and it's just kind of like you can't really do much about it. Obviously, I'm not a fan of the package, but yeah, you can't change that this year. That's why I've just kind of like accepted it. You can't change it. Yeah, Indy Road Course would. Yeah, it would. I think it was a few weeks ago we talked about IRP. Yeah, I'd definitely switch it for IRP. About 2 more minutes. So get your comments in. Byron has got to win soon. I think he will. I just don't know exactly when it's gonna be. You know, like it's really difficult to tell like when Byron is actually gonna do something. The Brickyard needs PJ. The way the Brickyard is constructed, just the natural laws of physics on that track, you cannot run second or third lane at the Brickyard. You could put literally straight up, I don't know what you put as much PJ1 sticky grip glue blah blah whatever the hell that's called, whatever you want, put that on the track, on the top, on anything but the bottom groove. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. The Indy's always gonna be a 1 lane track. It's just the nature of the track. Can't do anything about it. Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see the MTJ tuxedo thing. That was funny. Good fashion style. All right, I'm gonna end it there, lads. Gracias for watching. Again, sorry for the. I guess a lot of you guys are saying the race was pretty boring. I don't know. You can't. It's the summer, man. It's a dull. It's a drag. You're just kind of waiting for the playoffs to start. That's kind of where I'm at. Well, except for next week, Bristol. I don't. That's a good one. That's Bristol's a great one. So that will be exciting. But then after that, you just wait for the playoffs to start. That's really it. Just a little bit of a drag. So that's kind of where it goes. Pocono, Michigan, Kentucky. It's just like you just want to throw up. So that is it. I'll make sure to upload every single day this week. I know I was really busy this weekend. If you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you know why. So I will try to do that. I'm pretty sure next week we'll do live for Bristol because it's going to be a night race, and I just don't want to wait to upload it at like 1 a.m. because that's how long, if the race ends at 11, it's going to take me till 1 a.m. to get it up. If I just go live stream, we could just do it at 11:15. Like right after the race ends, we'll just live stream it. So I'm going to do that for Bristol, and then is Darlington a night race this year? I don't even know. I think usually Darlington is a night race. But if Darlington's a night race, we might do another live. Basically, for any night race, we'll probably do a live stream just so it's quicker to get a review up. But I guess for day races or like for races that I really enjoy, just kind of want to get like a constructed race review, we'll do that. I don't want to do live streams for every race review. That's not what I want to do. Because when people rewatch this, I don't know how long this is. I don't know how long we've been live for. It says 33 minutes. I don't want people to like click on a 33-minute video and feel like they have to watch all 33 minutes when it's just so much easier to watch something that's only 10 to 15 minutes. You get what I mean? Like I know me personally, when I watch a lot of things about Arsenal, I don't really want to watch something that's 40 minutes. You know, I don't have the time for that. But if we just watch a NASCAR race at night and you're about to go to bed, then you can kind of just watch the live stream. That's how I think about it, at least. So, I think that's really cool. Yeah, Darlington Sunday night. Yeah, so for Darlington, we'll do a live stream as well. We'll do Sunday night. That way we can just kind of talk about the race and how it goes. Which I don't know how Darlington's going to go because that package at Darlington that's going to be like an Atlanta situation. I don't think Atlanta was all that great, but it wasn't worse than before, so I don't know how this package is going to do at Darlington. Turn 1 and 2 at Darlington should be really weird because they do carry a lot of speed there, and they should be carrying more speed in turns 1 and 2, which actually should technically make the race worse because anytime you carry more speed at Darlington, it gets really difficult to really race around there because it's already so challenging with track. So I'm a little bit worried about that, but we'll see how it goes. So I will see you guys later. I see Jared's in here, or yeah, Jarrett, not Jared. Yeah, if any of you guys are going to Bristol, a lot of the YouTubers and the NASCAR community are going. Jarrett, Eric, Darian, Joseph, like 9 others. There was like a massive group of them going. So check them out if you're going to Bristol. I'm not gonna be there, But if you're going to Bristol, check that out. So I will see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the race. I know not the best. It's Michigan. But next week should be a lot better. So I will see you guys later. Take care. Again, if you follow me on Twitter, or if you don't follow me on Twitter, Instagram, go ahead and do that. And subscribe if you are new. And I'll make sure I upload every single day this week. I really got to catch up from a busy weekend. And yeah, see you guys later. Peace out.